behalf of Central High School and the graduating class of 2020, we welcome you to our graduation ceremony. Please join us in celebrating this year's graduates. At this time, please welcome the President of Student Government, SGA President Hannah Harper.
Good evening, graduates, dignitaries, faculty, staff, families, and invited guests. On behalf of the class of 2020, welcome Superintendent Stratton, Board Chair, esteemed members of the Board, Administration, CHS faculty, students, parents, guardians, and other invited guests. Welcome to Central High School's 2020 virtual commencement ceremony. At this time, we'd like to honor any active duty, veteran of the armed forces, and any newly enlisted graduates. We sincerely thank you for your service to our country. To my fellow graduates, thank you for an outstanding, fun-filled, challenging at times, memorable year. Now please join me in welcoming our SGA Vice President, Carleen Floyd.
Good evening. Again, I would like to welcome you to Central High School's virtual commencement ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished guests. Mr. John Stratton, Hernando County Superintendent. Mrs. Heather Martin, Deputy Superintendent. Mrs. Gina Mikulicka, Executive Director of Academic Services. Ms. Lisa Cropley, Director of Student Support Services. Ms. Susan Duvall, Student Board Chairperson. Ms. Linda Prescott, Vice Chair. Mr. Gus Guadagnino, Board Member. Mr. Jimmy Lodato, Board Member. Ms. Kay Hatch, Board Member. Mrs. Kelly Slesser, Principal. Mr. Nathaniel Brown, Assistant Principal. Mr. Christopher Clifford, Assistant Principal. Dr. Radia Palmer-Dent, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Ruth Owen, Guidance Counselor. Ms. Beth Ann Brooks, Senior Class Co-Sponsor. Mr. Jason Whitman, Senior Class Co-Sponsor. And now, on behalf of my fellow graduates, we'd like to thank all teachers, guidance counselors, faculty, and all volunteers for their hard work and dedication. We would not be here without your help over the past 4 years. At this time, I'd like to welcome our principal, Ms. Lesser, to the podium.
Good evening, parents, guardians, staff, dignitaries, and our awesome class of 2020. I feel like the luckiest person in the world to be able to deliver this message to you as your Central High School principal. Your graduating class of 2020 has made the history books for being able to persevere through a pandemic and still rise to the top and reach your ultimate goal of graduating high school. For that, I am extremely proud of you, and I will never forget you. Our theme this school year at Central is Every Moment Matters. Obviously, none of us knew just how much that theme would mean until we started this pandemic. Class of 2020, not only did you make every moment matter while finding a new way to learn at home, but you set the example for our underclassmen and for future Central Bear students. You showed them that education is crucial, and no matter the platform or delivery method, as a student, it is what must be done to grow academically and rise to the top. My message today is to challenge you to have that mindset throughout the rest of your lives. As you start your future and enter post-secondary school, the military, or the workforce, you have the opportunity to be elite and separate yourself from the rest. That decision is yours and must come from within. When I think of famous people in the world who have become elite, a few names come to mind. Michael Jordan in sports, Michael Jackson in music, and Steve Jobs, whom created and founded the Apple computer. None of these iconic people became number one at their craft overnight. What they all have in common is their work ethic and their inner drive to be the best in their industry. While others were home, sleeping, relaxing, watching television, playing video games, these iconic people were making every moment matter by putting extra practice time in, watching videos to protect their craft, or seeking out the best engineers in the world to create their product. As you begin your journey, I challenge you to have that inner drive, passion, and work ethic that will lay the foundation for your success. As Odd Man Dino quoted, "Deliver more than you are getting paid to do. The victory of success will be half won when you learn the secret of putting out more than is expected in all that you're doing." Make yourself so valuable in your work that eventually you will become indispensable. Exercise your privilege to go the extra mile and enjoy all the rewards you receive. Finally, to all of you graduates sitting in front of me, whom I've shared many fond memories with, I hope that as we end this chapter, you make us proud, you set the bar high, and you refuse to be average. I wish all of you the best of the best. Good luck and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Hello, Central High School students, families, and staff. Each year, I look forward to taking a few moments to congratulate our graduating seniors on their achievement. As school superintendent, it is one of my greatest joys, and this year is no different, except that this year is a little different. This year, I'm speaking to you from a distance because we are all working to defeat a novel threat to our public health. This is certainly not the way we'd hoped it would be. The last part of your senior year brought a few disappointments, but today is a day for celebration. Most of you began school in 2007. If you can believe it, that was the year Apple released the first iPhone and NASA sent the Mars lander into space. Back then, we had big ideas about ways to make our world a more connected space. We have been a country with citizens who believe in dreaming big. And today, here you are, a high school graduate with a diploma that will forever document the fact that you did it. You succeeded against challenging academic setbacks and earned the grade. If you got cut, you went out for another team. If you got hurt, you found your way to healing. Where you saw others struggle, you found ways to help. And when faced with a threat from a virus, you shifted to an online classroom and made connections on Zoom. Despite this unusual situation, you kept going. You understood that for any of us, if we want to reach our goals, we have to be focused and strong. Chuck Norris, someone who knows a little bit about being tough, said, "The only time you lose at something is when you don't learn from that experience." Class of 2020, you have learned and you are stronger for it. You are ready for what the world holds for you, and you are prepared to face whatever the future brings. In fact, we are looking forward to seeing what unknowns you will discover, what beauty you will create, what families you will shape, and what thoughtful citizens you will become. You see, we have no doubt that you will persevere because we watched you on your journey and you proved it. To your teachers and to your families, you showed us there is little you can't do. So keep your dreams alive, and I encourage you, when things don't turn out quite the way you intended, let today's accomplishments bring you strength for tomorrow and many years beyond. To all the graduates of Central High, on behalf of the school board and the entire staff of Hernando County School District, congratulations, Bear Nation. We wish you good health and all the very best.
Thank you, Mr. Stratton. Please welcome our senior class president, Caitlin McMahon.
Hello, graduating class of 2020, parents, family, friends, and teachers. Graduating from high school is a momentous change. We are transitioning from a routine we have become accustomed to the world of the unknown. We as a class have had to increasingly adjust our expectations this year. However, these changes have prepared us for our future. There were many times throughout high school when we were uncertain of what was to come next. We might be unsure of what is going to happen after we graduate, feeling frightened of the changes that are coming. The class of 2020 has learned to accept change and uncertainty. We must remember that many of the best chapters of our life won't have a title until later on. It is crucial that we retain our resilience and learn to trust the process. Change is both good and necessary.
Change renders growth. We cannot become the person that we are dreamed of becoming by remaining who we are. Graduation marks a significant achievement in our lives that became possible by enduring change. We, Central High School's class of 2020, have proven to ourselves that we can and we will achieve whatever we desire.
Thank you, Caitlin. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Salutatorian of the class of 2020, Yasmin Robles. Over the course of her academic career, Yasmin found the time to participate in the National Honor Society and Beta Club, as well as playing soccer for the Bears. Her plans are to pursue University of Central Florida to study the fascinating field of psychology. Graduating with an impressive 4.616 GPA, please welcome Yasmin Robles.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, and staff. If you don't know who I am, which I hope you do, then hi, I'm Yasmin. I'm standing here today because I'm the Salutatorian for Central's class of 2020, and I'm here to deliver this speech to you. I want to start off this speech by saying that I know that these are extremely difficult times, and though we may not be gathered here physically to celebrate this moment, we are together in spirit. This very moment is something as seniors have looked forward to our whole lives. Graduation is a rite of passage, one box to check off as we embark on our life journey. Our parents and loved ones have dreamed of this moment since the day we were born, a moment even our teachers and staff members couldn't wait to see us through. It may not be the way we planned or even dreamed about. In fact, the rest of the school year didn't go as planned. As seniors, we missed out on experiences that every class before us was able to celebrate, and every class after us will continue to celebrate. We didn't go to prom, grad bash, or get our senior picnic, and if you're watching this through a screen right now, it means we may not have gotten the graduation of our dreams. These losses may not seem all that significant, especially with the current state of the world, but they were heartbreaking losses nonetheless. These losses were hard to cope with, but if the class of 2020 is anything, we are resilient. These circumstances may be upsetting, but we are too driven to let this discourage us. We may not have walked the stage as planned, but that doesn't make this accomplishment any less special or important. Some of us didn't see this moment as ever being a possibility. Many of us struggled to get here, but we made it, and that is worth celebrating. So now, let's reflect on better times. 4 years ago, we walked the halls of Central High with so many expectations of what high school would be like for us. We were excited about all the possibilities. We sat down on our first day, not realizing the people among us would become some of our closest friends. We spent the next 4 years doing everything and anything imaginable to make the most out of high school. We got all dressed up to dance the night away at homecoming, and for some of us, even at prom. We played sports, our last high school game being a bittersweet moment. We made the best of football games and looked ridiculous dressing up for Spirit Week. We formed bonds with teachers and staff, many of who we will miss dearly. We hung out with friends and made the most of these years. We did it all, or at least tried. So I just want to say congratulations to the class of 2020. This was a difficult journey, and we faced some very big obstacles. But the journey to come, the journey we are now embarking on, this journey called life, will not get easier. It will get more difficult. We will be thrust into an unforgiving world, and we will make mistakes. We will fail. It's inevitable, but that's okay. Embrace your failure and learn from it. Do better. I have faith that we can do better. This may be the end of one chapter of our lives, but is the beginning of so much more. So let's move forward. Let's continue to learn, to grow, to be open to change, and to inspire change. Let's be great. I now want to take the time to thank the people that I believe have had a significant impact on my life. I first want to say thank you to my dad for being my inspiration behind a strong work ethic and always making me aware that my possibilities in life were endless as long as I was dedicated enough to turn my dreams into reality. I love you. I want to thank the rest of my family for their endless support and encouragement, for sitting through award ceremonies and freezing cold soccer games, especially my siblings who would have preferred to stay at home. I love and appreciate you guys. To my friends,
for being amazing and supporting me through anything and everything, and for being the best hype men and hype women out there. I love you guys. To Mr. Sapia, who took the time to teach us far beyond the textbook and taught his students so many life lessons, lessons I know I'll remember. Thank you for telling us your stories. To Mr. Whitman, who made being an SGA a fun experience, even though we may have had to sucker him into being our sponsor this year. Thanks for making this year as special as it could be. And finally, to all CHS staff members that taught me, encouraged me, and pushed me to be my very best. Your support won't go unappreciated. I want to end this speech with a quote from a man named Edward Koch, who once said, "The fireworks begin today. Each diploma is a lighted match. Each one of you is a fuse." These diplomas mark the beginning of opportunity. What we choose to make of this moment will set the path for our success or failure. We are now in control of our own future, and the possibilities in front of us are endless. So, congratulations to the class of 2020. We made it. It may not have been easy for some of us, but that's all in the past now, because we made it to the end. And I couldn't be more thankful to be graduating with all of you. Thank you.
Friends, family, faculty, board members, and graduating class of 2020. At this time, we'd like to share some fun and interesting information from the graduating class of 2020. Out of 322 seniors, 13% had never been on an airplane. 49% had never left the United States. 11% are the first ones in their families to graduate from high school. 48% have been in the Hernando County school system since kindergarten. 26% are the first in their families to attend a post-secondary institution. 40% of our seniors plan to attend college. 35% of our seniors plan to attend a university. And 13% plan to attend a trade school.
This year, we have 12% of our senior class has enlisted in the military, 1 to the Air Force, 4 to the Army, 2 to the Coast Guard, 1 to the Marines, and 7 to the Navy.
As far as school rules are concerned, 32% thought that the strict dress code, such as not being able to show shoulders for girls, was the worst rule. 11% said it was not being allowed to use cell phones in class. 38% said it was not being allowed to leave campus for lunch. And the last 20% said there were rules. In a survey of their favorites, seniors preferred Dunkin' over Starbucks, Snapchat over Instagram, iPhone over Android, Netflix over Hulu, and Chick-fil-A over Taco Bell.
Here are a few of the academic successes of our class. Students earned 1,230 credit hours, totally $155,070.80 worth of college credit by dual enrolling in Pasco Hernando State College. AP students received $26,350.72 worth of college credit by taking and successfully passing 209 rigorous advanced placement courses. A students received $24,207.36 worth of credits through Cambridge University by taking and successfully passing 192 ACE hours. At this time, our graduates have received $205,636.50, and that number is expected to rise as students continue to complete courses. The scholarship total for the class of 2020 was over $1 million. Let's have a big round of applause for the accomplishments of our great class.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the Valedictorian of the class of 2020, Carlene Floyd. Carlene was a member of Student Government Association, the National Honor Society, Beta Club, and Student Working Against Tobacco. While attending Central High School, Carlene accumulated an impressive 101 hours of community service and volunteer hours. Carlene is finishing with a strong 4.66 GPA. Her plan is to major in public relations at Florida State University and is planning on pursuing a career in public relations upon completion of her university studies. Please give a round of applause for Carlene Floyd.
Hello, parents, faculty, staff, friends, and the graduating class of 2020. I know that some of you are probably thinking, oh great, another speech, so I'll try to keep this short and sweet. I know that this is definitely not the senior year that we all thought that we were going to have. We've had to miss out on many things like prom, grad bash, and even having our graduation on time. It would be easy for me to make this speech about how this has been a lesson for all of us, that life will throw you curveballs and you just have to accept them. But I'm sure we've all heard that a million times, so I won't say it again. I will say that I'm proud to be representing the class of 2020, even in the midst of a pandemic and so many other things that have happened throughout the 4 years spent in high school. We pulled through and graduated, which has seemed like an impossible task at times. This isn't the way we may have liked for things to go. We had our final day in class together without knowing it, and our last days of high school were cut short without any warning. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that it sucked. This is one of the first times of many that will occur in our futures where we will have to do things that we don't want to do but are necessary. Instead of taking this as a lesson in how life works, take it as a lesson in growing up. We came into high school as baby-faced teenagers and are leaving today as adults. Except for you guys with late birthdays, sorry. We spent 4 years together, possibly more in some cases, and grown into who we are today together. It is hard to put into words what saying goodbye to that little freshman who walked into the front gates for the first time is like, but we are saying goodbye, and that's easier for some people than others. Even though today is a goodbye to our high school days, our class will never be forgotten. We will always be the class that set aside their own wants for the needs of others. We will always have the memories of high school, the good and the bad. Though the world is filled with uncertainty, I am certain that the class of 2020 will do great things, and I'm excited for what's to come. Just remember that no matter what, we'll always be Bears. Thank you.
Before we begin the introduction of the graduating class of 2020, it is with great honor and pride that we recognize a select group of seniors who represent the top 10 students in the class of 2020. I'd like to offer special recognition to the following CHS top 10 graduates.
Introduce the following graduates who have earned their Associates of Arts, AA, from Pasco Hernando State College. These graduates are Karen Ruiz, Caitlin McMahon, Carlene Floyd, Emily Davis, Haley Proud, Ambar Mota Martinez, Yasmin Robles, and Leanne Wallace.
We also have 3 graduates who are candidates for their ACE diploma through Cambridge University. These graduates are Lindsay Lilly, Kiata Tamburino, William Torres.
Graduates have earned distinguished academic designations as a result of their diligence over the last 4 years. Students who have earned the Scholar Diploma designation have, in addition to meeting the 24 credit standard high school diploma requirements, must have also earned 1 credit in Algebra 2, earned 1 credit in Statistics or an equally rigorous mathematics course, passed the Biology EOC, earned 1 credit in Chemistry or Physics, earned 1 credit in a course equally rigorous to Chemistry or Physics, passed the U.S. History EOC, earned 2 credits in the same world language, earned at least 1 credit in Advanced Placement, AP, IB, ACE, or dual enrollment course. Students who have earned the Merit Diploma designation have, in addition to meeting the standard high school diploma requirements, have attained 1 or more industry certifications in aerospace, allied health, commercial arts, culinary arts, HVAC, industrial biotechnology, social media, or welding.
Students may also be recognized as having honors, high honors, or highest honors. To be recognized as a student with honors, students needed to have a GPA of 3.0 to 3.499. Students with a silver honor stole, please stand. To be recognized as having high honors, students needed to have a GPA of 3.5 to 3.799. Students with high honor scores, please stand. Finally, to receive recognition for highest honors, students need to have a GPA of 3.8 or higher.
Tonight. I can't believe it, yo. What's that, Dad? I'll be right there.
I look up in the mirror, memories take me back. Fixing up my tie, straightening up my cap. Whoever thought that we ever would see this day? The path that we pave is narrow, no arrows to point the way. I look back and wanna laugh like crazy parties and mad fights, and all the times I stay home studying. Yeah, right, we did it big, walk with me on this last night. Carry that flame, keep walking, baby, that's right. And look at us now, we standing so proud in front of the crowd like yesterday I was just a child. Remember them days of running in the streets, used to ride our bikes around before we even had the keys. Now, no time to grieve, some of us will get degrees, some of us overseas, some of us will never leave. Until my people couldn't be here, may you rest in peace. You here with me on graduation, like yo, I saved you a seat. And no matter how far we fall apart, you always have a piece in my heart. I can't believe that you're gone, so goodbye to adolescence. The tensions and suspensions never stop with the questions. What we learning is lessons, find our memories will never leave us. Destiny you lead us, man, I might've even like some of them teachers. Don't shed no tears, can't wait to leave, but there was so much here. This is where we had our first love, our high school years. To the nights we can't remember and ones we'll never forget. Everything we treasure, even something that you said. Homecoming relationships, chasing chicks, taking trips, food fights, prom nights, ball games, Friday night lights, misbehaving, pre-gaming, and party at the Hojo. Jersey Shore and the girl that I got with on the low-low. Talent show, best dress, who rock the flies logo. What happens at them years? I don't know where they go, yo. All my girls that I'ma miss, to all of my homies, all the crazy things we did, staying away from the police, academics and athletics. Man, look at all the trophies. I wonder 5 years, will you know me? But as we reminisce, always remember this. We rocked it to the end of it. This is the next Genesis. Generation X is what we label. Save your breath with it. We ain't starting the fire, but you'll never see the end of it. I feel obliged to open these young minds. Your dreams ain't a mirage. You can do it, baby, grind. I was told life fly in the blink of an eye. So ride, let the music play the soundtrack of our lives.
didn't know what you loved, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we'd get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule? Will little brainy Bobby be the stockbroker man? Can he ever find a job that won't interfere with pretend? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. Friends forever. Will we think about tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end, and suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. I keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
on tonight. I can't believe it, yo. What's that, Dad? I'll be right there.
I look up in the mirror, memories take me back. Fixing up my tie, straightening up my cap. Whoever thought that we ever would see this day? The path that we pave is narrow, no arrows to point the way. I look back and wanna laugh like crazy parties and mad fights, and all the times I stay home studying. Yeah, right, we did it big, walk with me on this last night. Carry that flame, keep walking, baby, that's right. And look at us now, we standing so proud in front of the crowd like yesterday. I was just a child. Remember them days of running in the streets. Used to ride our bikes around before we even had the keys. Now, no time to grieve. Some of us will get degrees, some of us overseas, some of us will never leave. Until my people couldn't be here, may you rest in peace. You here with me on graduation, like yo, I saved you a seat. And no matter how far we fall apart, you always have a piece in my heart. I can't believe that you're gone. So goodbye to adolescence. Detentions and suspensions never stop with the questions. What we learning is lessons. Find our memories will never leave us. Destiny you lead us, man. I might have even liked some of them teachers. Don't shed no tears, can't wait to leave, but there was so much here. This is where we had our first love, our high school years. To the nights we can't remember and ones we'll never forget. Everything we treasure, even something that you said. Homecoming relationships, chasing chicks, taking trips, food fights, prom nights, ball games, Friday night lights, misbehaving, pre-gaming, and party at the Hojo. Jersey Shore and the girl that I got with on the low-low. Talent show, best dress, rock the flies logo. What happened to them years? I don't know where they go, yo. All my girls that I'ma miss, sent to all of my homies. All the crazy things we did, staying away from the police. Academics and athletics, man, look at all the trophies. I wonder 5 years, will you know me? But as we reminisce, always remember this. We rocked it to the end of it. This is the next Genesis. Generation X is what we label. Take your breath with it. We ain't starting the fire, but you never see the end of it. I feel obliged to open these young minds. Your dreams ain't a mirage. You can do it, baby, grind. I was told life fly in the blink of an eye. So ride, let the music play the soundtrack of our lives.
everyone for their attendance tonight. Will the Central High School senior class of 2020 please stand? Superintendent Mr. John Stratton, it is with great pride and pleasure that I present to you the Central High School graduating class of 2020. I certify that this graduating class has satisfactorily completed all requirements for high school graduation as set forth by the Hernando County School System and the Florida State Board of Education. It is my recommendation that the certification of this graduating class be accepted and that a high school diploma or certificate of completion be awarded. At this time, your senior class officers will lead you in the American tradition called the turning of the tassel. This signifies the recognition of earning a degree and thus officially ends your time as a high school student. Graduates, as you move your tassel from right to left, you join a much larger family, which is that of the Central High School alumni.
Class of 2020, are you ready? It's our time. 3, 2, 1.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
The days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, hope you choose the one that means the most to you.
Hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And if it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything,
I hope you dance. I hope you dance.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming. There's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it, but I gotta keep trying, gotta small. You never need to carry more than you can hold.
And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. And hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you'll say, it's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side.
I did it all.
I will remember you.
Will you remember me?
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
I've had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I've had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before.
Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever, forever and ever?
I will remember you.
Forever young.
Will you remember me?
And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
When I see you again. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky.
I am unwritten, can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel the rain on your skin? No one else can feel it for you.
Put yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. You just gotta ignite the light and let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, 'cause baby you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. And I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky. And I'll make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away, break away. Rest is still unwritten, and I've had the time of my life. I hope you had the time of your life.